Hello my friends and welcome back to another Brotato Danger 5 random run, where we take a random character, random weapon, and try to beat Danger 5 with it. Hope you're all doing well. Let's see what the game has for me today. We've got the Multitasker. So the Multitasker is always a super fun run. There's a lot of weapons that have really interesting things going on when you've got 12 of them, so let's see which one we get. We've got the Rock. I'm pretty sure I've done Rock, let me check. And it turns out we have not, so let's go into it. And we'll bonk things with rocks. 12 rocks is really fun, because when we get these to level 2, that's going to be 12 armor. And so that's just a huge amount of additional armor that we can get from this weapon. So we're just going to be really hard to kill when we have a lot of rocks. It's sort of like playing baby with rocks, but we're the Multitasker, so we're just a stronger character overall. I'm going to take the harvesting here. And then we'll do a reroll and a reroll. One downside of Rock, of course, is that it is hard to get a lot of them. Although it's a cheap weapon, it's got the primitive weapon tag, which is the largest weapon tag in the game, and the blunt weapon tag, so it's got a lot of other weapons that can show up. Locking Lumberjack shirt, I'll lock Peaceful Bee. Okay, if I don't find more rocks, finally found one. Okay, that's good. If I hadn't found any more rocks, this would have definitely gotten a lot harder. Normally I would buy Helmet there, by the way, or I might lock Helmet there, but the Multitasker with rocks just doesn't need it, since we're going to have so much armor and from our weapons and lowered movement speed. I didn't want to invest even more in something that's just armor and low movement speed, because there's just more important things for us to buy. Here, I'm going to reroll, and we'll take 5 more harvesting. Then we'll keep upgrading our weapons, or at least getting more of them. Do one more reroll. All right, well, we're up to 5. That's not good. This is definitely not a great start for the number of weapons that you would want to see. But hopefully we can find a few more. I definitely need at least a little attack speed. I don't really care about reducing our percent damage. One of the great things about Rock is its damage is very, very high at base. So you don't really need to worry about building damage for a long time. It's one of the weapons that basically acts as an economy item, because it gives you health, it gives you armor, and it has really high early game damage. So you can spend your money on just upgrading your weapons and buying harvesting and survivability, other long-term effects, without having to spend your money on percent damage or melee damage or anything until later in the game. But a little bit of attack speed does go a long way for it. Gonna roll here, and we'll roll again. This is an interesting choice. I'm just going to take the 8% damage, though. Attack speed is more important, but we have a negative to percent damage because we're playing the Multitasker, and it's a level 2 upgrade, of course, as well. Rerolling for 5 is really expensive, so I really wanted to find harvesting there, but I guess I'll just take 5 luck. And then we'll take the Peaceful Bee. One more reason I wanted harvesting was because Peaceful Bee would get us to 21 harvesting there if we had 5, so it would start growing by 2 if we had found a 5 harvesting level up, so it would start growing by 2 per wave. Small fish. I think I'm going to pass on the small fish. I feel like there's just more important things for us. I'll take another Peaceful Bee, that's kind of nice, and then I'll do a reroll. Rock and Coffee are both amazing finds, so we're very happy with that. Don't have any armor yet because I've still only got 5 level 1 rocks. So even if we weren't the Multitasker, we'd be behind on our weapon set. But as the Multitasker, where we want at least, where we need 12 weapons, and we want to get them all to at least level 2, we're really behind on our weapon set. So definitely need to fix that pretty soon. I see the curse alien up there. I don't know if I'm going to have time to kill it. I think maybe we will here. We do great damage. So I went down to the bottom of the map because I thought there was a tree there. Turned out I'd already killed it. But we were able to get back and get the curse alien in time as well. Reroll here, and we'll take 8 harvesting. That's what I was hoping for. Buy a rock and a coffee, and then reroll another rock. I'm going to go to at least 8 weapons, even though it costs me percent damage. And then maybe I'll think about upgrading for armor after that, but I want more weapons, because in lieu of having good attack speed, more weapons does the same job. Reroll here, and then we'll take Whistle and Coffee, and We'll do one more reroll. We can potentially find another rock, because this is only wave 4, so we're guaranteed to see at least one weapon in the shop. We, of course, are only getting the blunt weapon tag, but it's at least not decreasing our movement speed. Like, if we had double blunt weapon tag from having 12 rocks, then we'd have minus 20% movement speed. As is, we're getting all the benefits of just having a bunch of rocks in our inventory, or will be once we start upgrading them and they start giving us armor, without the downside of decreasing our movement speed even more. So I do, of course, want to find some speed, but hopefully we can get that pretty soon. Definitely need some healing as well, because right now my healing is is non-existent. Let's go ahead and reroll here. Okay, well, that's the perfect find. And then this is great. Also, a fertilizer, excellent. Whistle and coffee, both great. Another fertilizer, also excellent. And I'll take a rock and finally get my armor going. Hedgehog, I have reduced my melee damage a lot, but Hedgehog is only 2 melee damage and minus 1 regen, so I think I'm gonna pass on that. I'll take 2 more rocks. Gummy Berserker, I might consider buying, because range is good, attack speed is good, and we don't really need to care about our armor, but I'm not going to lock it. It's still just so expensive, even for builds that it's kind of okay for. I'm really hoping to find like a 6 melee damage level up or something like that, because I have reduced my damage a lot per attack, both by just buying more weapons on the Multitasker and also by reducing my melee damage by buying fertilizers and peaceful bees. On the other hand, now we have fertilizers and peaceful bees, so things are definitely going well. This is such a peaceful run. We just sort of wander around bopping things. Rock also just makes a very satisfying noise. Like, it just goes pip, pip, pip. Yeah, I'll take more harvesting. I mean, far be it from me not to get extremely greedy. We also have 8 dodge already, so I could start building dodge, but let's reroll and see if I can get a higher level upgrade. I'll take 4 melee damage to offset the damage loss that I've inflicted on myself. I'm gonna go straight to 12 weapons here, I think. Saltwater, I'm gonna grab. Normally, I wouldn't value this item that highly, but saltwater is great when we have low movement speed, because we really need it. And it's early enough, and we have 40 HP already. I think we can get value out of Bone Dice, especially because our character reduces our percent damage, so we need to offset that. Alien Worm, I currently have I have no consumable heal and no regen, so I don't think we can take Alien Worm. Alright, so I'd say things are going quite well, but I do need regen. That's the main thing that this build is missing currently, is any form of sustain. And in this case, that's going to be regeneration, though things like Cute Monkey to heal off of picking up materials, even just more luck, and of course consumable healing, something like a jerky would be one of the best things we could find. The single best item we could find at this point would be Fairy, just fixing all of our healing in one go. But there's a lot of items that would be really nice for us. That healer ran right towards that big slasher, so I was not able to kill it because it got like 3 ticks of 100 healing, so all the damage I was doing to it kept getting undone. No use for lens, so we'll recycle that. Really interesting shop. So I want all of these stats. 9% dodge could get me to dodge cap pretty soon. Max HP I'm not going to take. Movement speed would be really nice because we're at negative, but I think I'm just going to take 6 melee damage. It's not what we need, like, the most, but our damage is still pretty low per attack, so more melee damage is going to be good. Compass I'm going to take because we're at negative movement speed, and I will take the helmet. We actually have not upgraded our rocks as much as I was hoping, so finding a helmet for more armor is going to be good. Penguin, our first regeneration, it's baby's first healing. We'll take some lemonade as well, and then a level 2 rock is perfect. Cute Monkey we talked about, and Lost Duck. These 3 items have made up a lot of ground for this character, because the Cute Monkey will be a lot of healing. The Lost Duck will also provide healing. So we are now getting a lot more in the way of sustain. So great chop for us there. Still, I think Fairy would be the single best item we could find, although, of course, stuff like Black Flag is always going to be excellent. We could buy Hunting Trophy as well, because Rock has really high base crit chance. So even though it only does 1.5x crit damage, so you usually don't want to build crit chance on this weapon too much, you can use the effects like Tentacle and Hunting Trophy that just care about getting critical hits, because it has high base crit chance. And once you have a couple of those, you can start buying crit chance. I'll take the mirror here. We have a lot of level 1 items locked, but it's a free mirror from a box, so even if we end up just using it on a level 1 item, it'll be fine. And then I'm going to take 9% dodge, because it's a level 3 upgrade, and this is a lot of dodge chance for us. Ooh, it really interesting here. So obviously I want the anvil. It is not going to do that much for us, because we have 12 weapons, so relatively speaking, it's not going to give us as many upgrades, and it won't upgrade our weapons to as high of a level on average. But still, of course, an incredible find. But what am I duplicating? So I have a choice between doubling Cute Monkey, doubling Lost Duck, or just buying the rock, re-rolling, and hoping to mirror something else. I think I'm going to go with that one, because if I can... I've got this mirror active already. If I can mirror a higher level item, that would be really nice. I'll lock this rock. Do I want to lock the riposte and try to mirror that? Just don't think that mirroring the riposte is going to be that good. I don't even know if I want it at all. I think I'd rather mirror like the Cute Monkey. So I think we're not going to lock it. If something better comes along to mirror, then great. And if not, then we only spent like 30 on the mirror, so we're still making a profit if we just mirror a solid level 1 item with it. I think people can often get too carried away with trying to get the maximum value out of mirror. This is a comment that I see pretty frequently of like, you should hold the mirror, you should buy it, and then reroll until you get something really good. But that's a lot of expenditure on a not at all guaranteed return. Whereas just getting a second Cute Monkey right now for 30 materials, that's great. And that's all that this build needs. We're very strong. We've got a strong character and a very solid weapon. So all we need is just to make sure that we are on pace to win the game. We don't need to spike wildly ahead in power level. If this is just a normal run where everything goes as you might expect it to, then we'll win. So my goal is to make sure that that happens. I'll take 8% damage here, and then I'll take 6 melee damage as well. I don't really need the 9 HP, I don't think. So interestingly, I think that the best item here to mirror is probably the plant. Maybe Cute Monkey. This is a lot of healing as well. But I think just mirroring the plant is going to be better, because going up to 7 regen is really good. I want to make sure that I'm going up to level 2 rocks, even though it's worse for our anvil not to have high-level weapons and potentially spike hitting one of... Like, if I combine to a level 3, we have a 1 in 12 chance of just getting a level 4 upgrade off the anvil, but that's just not something that I'm that worried about. I'm much more interested in just maximizing my armor by getting all of these to level 2. Do some rerolls here. I could mirror Dangerous Bunny. I'm definitely buying Broken Mouth, and I'm not mirroring it. I think I'm going to buy the Dangerous Bunny, and I think just for fun, I'll buy the mirror. If your goal is strictly to maximize win chance, you shouldn't buy mirror here. It's usually not going to pay for itself, but there's a chance that we spike into something really good, and then we're very happy. As is, we're just going to end up using it to mirror plant again, so we just spent 123 on a plant. Ended up being terrible. We don't need the acid at all. I don't really want to spend money on that effect. But it was fun to try to spike something really good, I think. Take the Corrupted Shard, I'll lock the Defective Steroids, and I'll throw in one more reroll. Metal Detector we can still buy at this point, and another Lost Duck as well is good. Just drinking some water there, and then gonna try to clobber these guys. Got that curse alien kill, which is really nice as well. Of course, the more curse we get, the better. But, you know, mirroring 2 plants seems like it's really bad, but plant is such an efficient item that, honestly, paying 130 or whatever we paid for the 3 regen, it's of course not good. It's not something that I would do on purpose. But it's not the end of the world. Ritual, I will take. I do want the percent damage, of course. Piggy bank, this late, I'm not going to build around the piggy bank, but for only 22 materials, we should still take it. Not so for white flag, which is a garbage item. I'll take 3 armor here. More armor is still really good, even though we've got a lot of armor. Hey, our anvil hit a level 2 rock and turned it level 3, which is actually not great for us, because turning the level 1s into level 2s gives us an armor, whereas turning a level 2 into a level 3 just gives me HP, which I care about a lot less. But of course, it's a more valuable upgrade, so you win some, you lose some. Definitely taking more regen there, and then we'll roll. I'll lock the rock, I'll lock the weird food, I'll lock the bait. This is a horde wave, and so next wave we can buy the bait pretty safely, because it's not a boss wave or anything. This cursed ribcage is going to follow me forever, I think. Okay, no, we got him. I always forget, because I see the damage numbers on the multitasker, and I always forget just how much damage you do because you just have 12 weapons. So we're only hitting for, you know, our attack speed's not great, and we're only hitting for 40-ish damage per attack. But we have 12 attacks, so we still just do wildly more damage than most other characters would in this spot. I always forget that. Because I have the instincts from other characters. This is a horde wave, so I do need to be a little bit careful, of course, but our damage is pretty good. We've got the cute monkey. Our healing is pretty good as well, so we're making some decent money this wave. Could be better for sure, but I'm very happy with where we're at in terms of survivability and damage at this point. Here, I'm just going to take 6 more melee damage. I think 14 armor is fine. I do want more damage. Okay, attack speed is what I really wanted, though. And I am going to take it over dodge. Although you need attack speed less than other characters do because you've got more weapons, it also is better than it is on other characters because it's affecting more weapons. So attack speed is still really good to buy on the multitasker. Roll here, another plant. That's great. And another rock. And now we're up to 18 armor. Perfect. Let me do some more rerolls. A level 3 rock is excellent. And I'm just going to go straight to level 4 with it, I think, because that gives me an armor. And going to more level 3s, I don't think I care about. So if I buy this level 4, if I buy the level 3 and combine to a level 4, it just gives me 1 more armor, which is excellent there. And then I'm going to reroll. I'll take a clover. I'll definitely buy a weird food. Do I want the sunglasses? I think we're still just passing on that. Our damage isn't horrible, even with only 1.5 multiplier, but I think it's still better to just focus on core stats for this character at this point. This is another one where my goal is, you know, we're going to have fun with it, of course, but when I get on I think if I win this one, I'm on an 80 win streak. So I haven't counted recently, but we haven't lost one yet. And it's pretty close to 80. So when I get a decent character weapon combo like this, my goal is just not to embarrassingly throw the win streak on an easy run. There's another loot alien, because we bought lure, so we get 2 of them. It looks like we're not getting a 3rd one, unfortunately, but that's okay. And still making great money. When it shows up for free like this, or mostly for free, I'll take the acid. Decomposing flesh, we've got negative lifesteal, so I think I'm going to recycle it. Normally, I would consider this. We have 12 weapons, so even though they attack slowly, that can be a lot of lifesteal. But I don't know how... we'll probably hit level 25. You know what? I've talked myself into it, because we're probably getting 8 more levels or so over the course of the game. And that even 5% lifesteal is going to be pretty valuable. So I think it's worth buying there. I'll take the melee damage. We will take Clover, Lost Duck, and Tree. And then I'm going to roll. Keep upgrading my rocks. But which of these do I want first? I guess I'll take Metal Detector and Blindfold first. And then we'll lock this rock and go to the next wave. I noticed also that they have changed the panel for Multitasker, the layout, so that the weapons are all visible at once instead of forcing you to scroll. That's a great change. That's kudos to the development team for doing that. This is way better. Yes, it means we have to scroll more to look at our items, but you look at your weapons way more than you look at your items, so really excellent change with the change to the interface there. If you're wondering why it looks different on my screen and on your screen, I know that the console versions of the game are a few patches behind, and I think that that is still true. So hopefully they can get that sorted out. My understanding is that the verification process for patching console games is labyrinthine and terrible, and they are doing their best to navigate it. But of course, they have to deal with, Sony and Microsoft who move at their own pace. I'll definitely take the tentacle here. We've got +5 consumable heal, so yeah, we'll take Alien Worm at this point. We'll take the Lost Duck also. And now I think dodge is going to be more valuable than HP for increasing our survivability. I guess I did decrease my lifesteal again by buying Clover, so the Decomposing Flesh got a little worse there. Let's go ahead and combine to level 4 rocks here, so we can increase our armor even further. Going up to 21 armor. Gnome, I'm definitely taking. It does decrease my range and pickup range, which is a little bad, but 10 melee damage is a lot of melee damage, so we'll take that. Little Frog, even though I'm not super excited about reducing my pickup radius, it's not that important, so I'm not going to buy the Little Frog here. I will keep upgrading rocks, and then we'll keep rolling, and I'll take a Defective Steroids and Boxing Glove. I don't think we need. I also don't really want the Goat Skull, because reducing my crit chance when I have Tentacle is a little bit bad, and it's kind of inefficient. So we'll take the Tentacle here. I definitely want more movement speed, even at the cost of luck. And I'll buy the Butterfly because we are doing the Decomposing Flesh thing, so we can potentially use Butterfly to hit positive lifesteal and get value from that sooner. One downside of Gnome is that reducing our attack range on this character has more of a cost than on most characters, because our weapons are spaced further apart. So it's harder for all 12 of our weapons to hit the same target when we have lower range. But we're tanky enough that we can just stand basically inside the elite and keep attacking it. So that's not that relevant a problem. I am taking a little bit of extra damage here, so I'm just backing off, although I keep making more summons, which is not great. Where's the elite? I fully lost track of it for a second there. This elite is pretty tough to fight on this map because it creates a lot of projectiles we have to dodge. It's wave 14, and wave 14 elites are really hard on Crash Zone. But we've got infinite armor, dodge, and HP, so we're okay. I just had to not walk into every attack there, which I was admittedly doing for a while, but eventually sorted out. Take the Lemonade here. We only have one different weapon because this is a random run, but Spider is still going to be good. Obviously, a big increase to our damage output. We're now at positive % damage, which is great. Take 10% attack speed, and then go ahead and buy all these items, and then roll. Pile of Books doesn't do anything. Celery Tea we don't really need at this late stage. Pocket Factory doesn't really do anything for us, nor does Fertilizer at this point, I think. So I'm just going to take the Cute Monkey, and then we'll roll. We'll buy a rock. Alien Eyes is a way to deal damage that doesn't involve this somewhat low damage weapon, but I think we don't need it. I'm just going to roll and lock this Jerky and go to the next wave here. Basically just looking for dodge and attack speed at this point. And any regeneration that we can find, though we're going to get healing just by leveling up as well. Even getting to like 10% lifesteal would be pretty valuable for this character, so I do want to get some levels to let the Decomposing Flesh do its thing. and I'll buy lifesteal when I see it at relatively efficient rates. But the biggest thing for this character would just be getting to 60 dodge and a little bit more attack speed and damage so we can kill the bosses rather than having to just tank through them. Both of those would help us a lot. Regardless, though, I would say we are in excellent shape currently. Black Belt's kind of a nice one because we want the melee damage anyways, and the XP gain will work with our decomposing flesh. Here I'm going to take percent damage. Our percent damage is terrible, so increasing that is really valuable to increase our damage output. Take the jerky. Insanity at this point, does this increase our average damage? 1.5. So we do, let's say, we'll simplify this. So we do 100 average damage and a 33% chance of getting 50 more damage. If I reduce that by 3 and then add 6% chance of getting 50 more, then that evens out. But because it's basically -3 plus 3 in terms of average damage. But we have a bunch of effects that care about getting critical hits, so I think the Insanity is worth buying barely. It's kind of it evens out our damage, like our damage averages out to about the same after buying Insanity. But as I increase my base damage, the critical chance will get better, and we have the tentacles, which care about getting crits, so I think it's worth picking it up. We'll combine there and buy another rock, we'll take a tree, we'll roll here. Frozen Heart, we actually have 4 elemental damage already, so this is +1 damage on each of our weapons, 5% crit chance. We don't really need the Frozen Heart or anything, but it's kind of fun. So let's just go ahead and buy that. And then I'm going to roll here. I'll take the bait. Schmoop I'm still going to buy, because although we have lots of HP, we need more regen. So I don't mind giving up 2 melee damage for that. Frozen Heart also opens up the chance of buying Ice Cube as well. Or passing it because I think it's Snowball again. I think that was my last video where I did that. To pull back the curtain a little, it's been several days since I've recorded. Because I have just been very, very busy, so you've been seeing some of my... At this point, you've probably been seeing some of my more stored-up videos, and at the time that this video actually goes up, I'll probably be furiously recording to build back up my backlog, because I try to keep at least like a week or two's worth of videos recorded in advance, if at all possible. I don't always manage, but I do my best. We'll take the power generator here. It's damage neutral, but we'll buy more movement speed. And then I'm still just going to take 12% damage. 6 speed would be good, and it's also 6 damage, but 12 damage is just a lot of damage, so we're just going to grab that. Butterfly, it's a little late for Curse to matter that much, but 4% lifesteal is still pretty nice. And I'm going to buy the bait, even though we're going into an elite wave. I think we're totally fine doing that. I'll take the Butterfly, and I'm going to roll. First Goat Skull, I'll buy. And Banner and Riposte, I'm going to buy both of as well. And then let's see if we can fight this elite, as well as all the Lamprey buddies that I gave it. The Lamprey getting buffed is definitely a problem, and this is an elite that's typically fairly difficult to kill if you are a melee build, because it runs past you, so focusing DPS on it can be quite difficult. Luckily, we're tanky enough I can just walk directly into it and get off a volley of attacks, and our damage is high enough that I don't have to constantly try to maintain spacing with it. I can just run into it occasionally, bonk it a few times, and then run away. I really wanted that loot alien. The exoskeleton, sure. I mean, it's 5% damage because I've got the power generator. It's crit chance, which we care about. Armor is always good. I'll take the injection as well here. And then this is kind of interesting. I'm just going to take 9 dodge, though. Dodge, I think, is by far the best stat for us. I could have taken one of the level 4 upgrades. But getting to dodge cap is the thing that will make us the most likely to succeed. I think I will still take the riposte. It's still a decent amount of damage there, and I'll take the schmoop as well. Do a quick reroll here. Alloy I'm not going to take, but mushroom and rock we will grab both of. Gotta get rid of these buffing aliens. And we succeeded. Although, new ones keep showing up. It's like banning bots from my YouTube comments. There have been an epidemic of bots getting through YouTube's filters recently, and I've had to spend a lot of time banning them. Of course, you know, it's all engagement, but a lot of it is also extremely inappropriate for a family-friendly channel because they post links to things that should not be on YouTube. So I have to get rid of them quickly. One of the irritations of doing admin on a YouTube channel. I take goldfish here, and we'll just take 6 dodge. Again, I just want to get the dodge cap. I will buy the schmoop, mushroom, and rock. And again, we're going to go to level 4 here to max out our armor, buy the goat skull, and I'm going to roll here, because the free reroll is nice, and then we also get a bunch of higher level items. Metal plate, still probably worth taking, even with 27 armor already. Wolf helmet won't matter. Let's roll again, and then I'm going to do one more reroll. Scar, Pocket Factory, Campfire, none of those are going to matter for the last wave. So the Decomposing Flesh, I think, will only end up giving me 7 lifesteal at maximum, which is still worth buying, I think, because we also bought a bunch of other lifesteal and just ended up with positive lifesteal, which is now an important component of our healing, especially because our regen is good, but it's not like we have 100 regen. So the lifesteal and all the extra healing that we have from Tentacle and Cute Monkey are extremely relevant for this character still. I really like multitasker builds. They're just so peaceful because you get 12 weapons, and rock builds are also very peaceful, so this is just a very relaxing run. I do wish I'd gotten a hunting trophy or a black flag or something to really spike our economy, but this is just a really fun run overall. I'm going to recycle this. Okay, fine. I'll take the Pocket Factory. Who am I to say no to Pocket Factory when it shows up for really cheap? Take the dodge here, and then here's the ice cube, and we've got the frozen heart, so we're actually gonna buy it, and this will help us DPS the bosses down a little quicker. We'll roll here, and of course you cannot be the king of Brotato without a crown, so we're gonna grab that. Obviously won't do anything, but you know, we need our fancy hat. Take the scared sausage. Bat is probably worth grabbing, because more lifesteal will help us just hit the enemies a little bit more. Unfortunately, dynamite doesn't do anything, so let's reroll. There's probably no chance I find something in this shop that I can afford that does something, but it was worth a look, and then we could reroll again. I guess we do also have a bone dice, so these rerolls actually are worth half a damage each time I roll, so they're not completely useless, but obviously we'd have liked to find something that we could buy more. Let's go to wave 20. So I actually kind of messed up there. I put the ice cube damage on the second boss before it had expired off the first boss. And I should have tried not to damage the second one until I'd waited out the ice cube debuff so that I could get maximum amount of bonus damage from the ice cube debuff. Ice Cube is a pretty significant increase to your DPS because it's multiplicative. So the extra 10% damage works on top of all of the other damage that you're doing. So it's a pretty huge boost to your damage. In the end, though, of course, it doesn't matter. And we were able to defeat the bosses very cleanly and easily, which is what you want from a powerful character with a solid weapon. Taking a look at our items here. Early Peaceful Bees were great. Coffees and fertilizers, excellent as well. Bone Dice, Bone Dice overperformed. I've never seen that in my life, but we got 14 damage and only gave up 2 HP for it, so that's more than average. Usually you're going to average a ratio of 5 damage per HP in terms of how much you get versus how much you lose. So this is the world's first Bone Dice that's overperformed. The Saltwater was really nice. We were really slow for a long time, so Saltwater was really good, obviously. And Anvil gave us a ton of weapon levels, so of course, always an incredible item. These mirrors, the second one ended up not good, but duplicating these plants was still pretty nice because we ended up with just a bunch of regen, which got us through the early game. 209 healing from the Cute Monkey. That's kind of wild. 171 materials saved by Dangerous Bunny, but it's worth a lot more than that in the end because it makes all your future rerolls cheaper. So great, Dangerous Bunny. The piggy bank, we spent 22 on it, got 48 back, so it like barely was profitable. Usually with a pure economy item like this, I want it to more than double its value, and it did, but only barely. But that's fine. Obviously, we weren't building around that. 320 from the metal detectors. Really nice return on those. What else? 153 healing from tentacles. The power generator ended up not being great, but it was still fine. And other than that, everything I would say went pretty well until we started buying some kind of silly items like Pocket Factory, Crown, and Scared Sausage at the end. But obviously we did that because we had already won the game and thought it would be funny. All right, my friends, I hope that you've enjoyed this Multitasker rock run. And of course, if you have, feel free to leave a comment and hit the like button. Helps me out with the algorithm. So I really appreciate you taking the time to do that. And you can subscribe to my channel for more Brotato and other strategy game analysis. Cheers, my friends. I'll catch you next time.